We're living in prophetic times. These are times that the Prophet ﷺ spoke to us about, reminding us now that are living in the moment that this is all foretold. This is all ma'aruf. This is known. And it's going to be a difficult struggle for you. Despite the privilege, despite the tremendous wealth that we're in, you and I live, us inshallah ta'ala middle class people, live in a way that the kings 100 years ago could never have imagined. Running water, automatic sanitation from a button just cleans the bowl, fruits and vegetables and meats from all over the world, capacity to move between spaces in safety from the elements, even in the midst of winter, in the midst of a Chicago polar vortex, you can get to the grocery and back. Ajib. That would kill somebody. That would kill maybe half the city, that polar vortex. We're living in tremendous fadl. But we're also living spiritually in very constricting times, prophetic times, difficult, chaotic times. And the prescription has to come. The prescription for this malady has to come from the Deen itself. It has to come from the Deen al-Fitra, the Deen of Allah Ta'ala, which is Deen al-Fitra. Who here is familiar with the concept of al-Fitra? Al-Fitra. Al-Fitra is an amazing concept. And it is central to our tradition. It is central to our religion. It is central to the timeless teachings of the Prophet ﷺ, in which he tells us, and Allah Ta'ala tells us that you were created perfectly. You were created in a perfect balance and symmetry and harmony and wholeness. Subhanallah. كُلُّ مَوْلُودٍ يُولَدُ عَلَى الْفِطْرَةِ. The Prophet ﷺ says, every child is born in fitra, in principial wholeness, like original wholeness. You're born pure. And the Deen of Allah is entirely oriented to facilitating the management or the maintenance of that wholeness throughout your life as much as possible. That's what the Deen's about. The Deen of Allah is a Deen of light, of healing, of guidance, of protection. Everything is found in the Deen of Allah Ta'ala. It's totally complete. And for us in this time where we're finding issues with our health, despair from our faith, imbalances at every level within and every level without in the collective body, the remedy has to come from the Deen of Allah Ta'ala, Deen al-Fitra, which has a tremendously holistic paradigm of attending to all these different dimensions and bringing them back into alignment. For example, we know that the hadith of Jibreel alayhi salam is one of the most fundamental teachings of our religion. And within it captures the main cornerstones, the main pillars of the Deen. Of course, you all know the hadith, but allow me just to paraphrase the hadith for those that may not be recalling it clearly at this moment. There one time came to the Prophet ﷺ and a number of the Sahaba, a man wearing pure white robes. And he was walking in the desert. And he came and he greets the Prophet ﷺ. And he sits down, and it's said that his knees are touching the knees of the Prophet ﷺ. And his hands are either on his thighs or on the thighs of the Prophet ﷺ. And then he goes on to ask a series of questions to the Prophet. The first of which was, tell me, akhbirni, because he has the khabar, he has the news, the eternal news, the news that doesn't change, the news that's always relevant. So he says, akhbirni, you're the Nabi, you have the khabar. Give me the news. What is Islam? And the Prophet ﷺ says, Islam is 5 things. The Shahada of La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, and the prayer, and the charity, zakat, and Sawm Ramadan, and the Hajj. And then he says, Sadaqah. He affirms him. And the Sahaba were like scratching their temples here because they're thinking, this guy came out of nowhere. And he's asking questions to the Prophet ﷺ, the most knowledgeable of all of Allah's creation, Sayyid al-Khalq, the master of creation, and then he's affirming his answer, but they're kind of letting it go. Something's happening clearly. And then Jibreel alayhi salam says, Akhbirni ala al-Iman, tell me about Iman. And then he goes on, and I'll paraphrase, he goes on and says, the 6 arkan of Iman, belief in Allah and angels and the books, so on and so forth. Sadaq, you told the truth. Again, the Sahaba bewildered, but continuing to watch this interplay. Akhbirni ala al-Ihsan, tell me about Ihsan. What is excellence? What is the purest and most excellent way of worshipping Allah Ta'ala? And he says that you worship Allah as if you see Him. أَن تَعْبُدَ اللَّهَ كَأَنَّكَ تَرَاهُ وَإِن لَمْ تَكُنْ تَرَاهُ فَإِنَّهُ يَرَاكَ. That you worship Allah as if you see Him. That you're worshipping Allah, you go into the Salah, Allahu Akbar, as if you can see Him. And if you can't see Him, that you know that He sees you. Right? You know that He sees you. So that's ihsan. And so in these 3 dimensions, and there's a 4th dimension as well, in the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, tell me about the signs of the end of time, alamat as-sa'a. And he goes on to give a couple examples of the signs of the end of time. So there's actually 4 dimensions of the Deen. And these dimensions correspond to your 4 dimensions. Incredibly. Because we have Islam, if you look at the 5 pillars of Islam, they're all physical things that you do. So they relate to the jism, relate to the physical body that you have. Right? Things that you pray, you worship God with the prayer, you pay zakat, you fast, you abstain from food during the month of Ramadan, you do the Hajj, which is physically rigorous for those that have gone. You know, even the Umrah can be difficult for some people. But the Hajj is demanding, it's a physical thing. You have to go to Mecca to do the Hajj. You can't do it from the couch. You can't couch surf. You can't put on your smart TV and just, I'm doing Hajj. You have to physically go there. So there's a physical dimension, a jismani dimension, and that becomes now the first level of your alignment, the first level of your centering, the jism. That I am here, and this has a right over me. The jism has a haqq over us, a right over us. And there's certain teachings of Deen al-Fitra, of the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and extrapolated by the Hakims, by the Muslim physicians, to help people find their center individually. Because this is very important. We have to be able to balance the body if we're going to find center in chaotic times. If we're going to have health, hope, and harmony in our lives and bring that into the world, there has to be a physical dimension to our inner work. It's not all just cognitive. It's not all just emotional or spiritual. Our work has to be also respecting and honoring the physicality that Allah gave us, and through which the Sharia of Allah Ta'ala in the dimension of Islam is speaking to.